What is up, guys? We are back after our Thanksgiving break, and we are going to get rolling. Okay, so let's hop on over to our project. What you're going to need to do first is you're going to need to create your canvas, right? Just a normal 1920 by 1080. And you're going to need to put your name or some type of text in two different font styles, right? One, I would recommend something blocky. I went with this. I went with Impact, super simple, right? And another one, something a little bit more elegant. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at how to manipulate text with two different methods. One is going to be using our direct selection tool, and the other is going to be using our pencil tool to kind of make things a little bit more elegant, right? So let's go get rolling with that. All right, so we're going to start first with our bold text, okay? First things first, once you get your stuff settled in, right, you're going to, you'll create outlines, right? So right click, create outlines, okay? Then hold Alt, okay, and click and drag down. I'm going to have you do this because I want to see the before and the after, okay? All right, so now using our direct selection tool here, okay, I want you to manipulate your text depending on the letters here, right? So it's going to be up to you how you want to manipulate them, okay? So let's look at this, right? I'm just going to show you a couple ways to do this. First things first, you with your direct selection tool, this white arrow here, right? You'll need to select the whole letter, okay? And then depending on what you're going to do with the letter, you'll need to select certain nodes, right? So these would be the nodes, right, that you would have to select. So I want to elongate this E, bring it down, and then I'm going to kind of bring this bar down here across, right? So I'm going to select right here. Okay. So now my nodes are selected. Okay, now I'm going to bring this down. Okay. You want to try to bring it down as straight as you can. If you hold shift, right, it'll bring it down straight. Okay. So again, I'm going to select this. I'm going to select only these two now. And holding shift, I'm going to click and drag. Okay. And we'll just go something like that. Right. That probably is going to annoy me later. So something like that. Okay. All right. Then we'll do something similar to this top one here. Okay. I'm going to select here, hold down my shift. I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to go across. Okay, and this is going to be up to you, however you want to kind of manipulate this. I'm just kind of giving you some examples here. Okay, so I'm going to take this A, and I'm going to select these, and I'm going to bring this down to where it matches my line. And then I'm going to do the same for this B. Now, letters like this can be tricky, so just kind of play around with it. You can always Control Z, right, if you don't like what you kind of have going on here. Okay, but you can also manipulate, right? So say I want to kind of manipulate this. If I don't want all of them, right? If I just double click on one that I want to use, right? So say I do something like this, and I come back down here and hit it with something like that. Oh, I did the whole B. I didn't want to do the whole B. There we go. But just play around with it just like that to give you an example. Okay. All right. So that's one way. That's going to be your way to do it with the block letters. Play around with yours and see what kind of works for you. Okay, so with this one here, then we do the same thing. I'm going to create outlines. I'm going to hold Alt, click, and bring it down. Okay, now this one, we're going to use our pencil tool. Okay, and this one's a little bit different because your settings might not be exactly where they kind of need to be. Okay, so if we go here, we go to our pencil tool. What we're going to do is we're going to double click it. We need to make sure that our fidelity is all the way up to smooth, right? And we should have here close paths with the ends, right, with that are within 15 pixels, give or take, right? And then edit pixel paths within, I would say, about 5 to 6 should be good. We're going to see here, right? So we're going to kind of fancy this up a little bit. I'm going to take this B right here, right? So you see the B, I've selected it again with my direct selection tool. Then I'm going to take my pencil and getting close to this line, I'm going to kind of just make this a little fancy, okay? But then I'm going to end up over here, okay, to close it off, right? So that looks ugly. Maybe we'll go something like this, okay? All right, I'm going to take my A here. I'm going to do the same. Ooh, see, and if you end up with something like that, just hit Control Z, right? And again, we'll try it again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? Again, depending on how close you come to these pixels and depending on what you decide to do with your pixels itself too, right? So again, just play with it. And if it doesn't look great, again, just do it again. This is probably not the best font for me to do this with, so I'm going to kind of do something like this there. I'll do the same over here. Again, just kind of some manipulation to my text. Again, however you kind of see fit. I want to see at least 3 to 4 manipulations per text, okay? But I want to see your before and your afters before you submit them to the folder for today, right? So again, just make sure they're kind of evenly spaced, lined up. If you need to download fonts, you're always more than welcome to. Again, if you go to something like, if you want something like fancy with something like this, right? If you need some kind of fonts that you're going to manipulate, if you just search something like a calligraphy style font, maybe you do something like this. You could download that. And then all you have to do is install it. Now, you will have to save your project and restart. It's just the way Adobe works. You'll need to restart your project to get fonts like that, right? But if that's something that you need to do, that's cool. If you have some type of regular font, that'll work with there as well. Again, I'm looking for 3 to 4 manipulations, and I'm trying to have you finish this today if you can, because tomorrow you won't be in my class. I have video recording to do, so just kind of think of that as you go along, right? So work with that, and if you have any questions, let me know, and I will try to help you as much as possible. All right, have a good day.